海賊王になる男だ。
Welcome to Strawhat Sitdown, episode 131, with your boy Mr. G, along with his boys, HIATUS and Strawhat Mod. What's good, you guys? How you guys doing today?
What's going
Hey,
on?
what's good? What is good today?
So as you guys see, a little different today. I'm lead today, lead performer, taking over the captain's hat today since Callie Mack is getting his tooth removed, or got his tooth removed finally, and on his road to recovery with that tooth pain. So thank goodness for that.
Yeah, hopefully it feels better.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, feel better, Cap. We'll hopefully see you next week. And also not just that, VOD Ninja's down. So this is a little premature. I wanted to save these for our 3-year anniversary, which is in 2 weeks, because I got a new layout made for us and everything.
Sure.
But I had made Jolly Rogers for us before, but I made new animation Jolly Rogers, and so in case like someone doesn't want to be on camera, they could use this, and we could still see when they're talking with the personalized Jolly Rogers for each and every Straw Hat Sit Down member, and some guests too. I'm still working on some other ones, but this is something that a little passion project of mine, and
Yeah, you went crazy on them. They turned out really well, and I'm sure audio listeners have no idea what we're talking about. But as you can see on the visuals, we have some new ones, and yeah, you killed them, man. I like the animations, and I appreciate the flame on the forehead. I literally hit you up and I was like, "Yo, that looks like Hitman Reborn," and you were like, "Yeah, I remember that you like the anime," even though I don't think you had seen it, right? You just remember that fact about it.
Yeah, I had watched a few episodes, but it was a little slow, and then I ended up watching something else. But no,
yeah, the fact that you still remembered it, and you're like, "Yeah, let me add to watch." It's sick. I feel like they're all so personal and cool. So yeah, you killed them, man. We appreciate them for real.
Oh, of course, it was my pleasure, man. I had an idea and I ran with it, and I'm glad with how they came out, and I'm glad you guys like them.
No, they're fire.
You
man.
did your thing. You did your thing. Absolutely.
I smiled at the camera when you said when we started the episode, like as if it could see me. So that's gonna take some getting used to when we do use them. But they're good. They're great, man. They turned out great.
Thank you. So yeah, there's a few things happening. Oh, before we get to the news that we heard, I just want to give a few shout outs. Right now, if you guys look, I will pull up the webcam. You guys can see me. I have my Devil Fruit shirt ready. I want to shout out my coworker Christian. He helped me build my first model for One Piece. It's the Moby Dick. The Whitebeard Pirates ship, and these are very tiny. And each porthole you see is an individual sticker. Each cannon, and so you have to really with the like a Twizzler, not a Twizzler, a tweezer. Place them, in the proper spots and everything like that. But it took me a good amount of time, over a few weeks at work, but we did it, and I'm excited to do more.
It looks crazy, bro. Yeah, and with all the detail, man, you're looking like the guy in today's chapter with all the detail on that, bro.
Hey, that's why I wanted to show it off today, because it ties into today's chapter.
Perfect, Yeah, no, that's sick, man. Shout out to your coworker, bro.
Yeah. Awesome dude. He's actually a big help on my drawing as well. So
I remember you mentioned it before. Nice.
Yeah, and a big help pushing me forward and doing these things. And also another shout out to my boy and girl Jed and Micah. They got engaged yesterday. We had a surprise engagement party for them, and they've been together for like 15 years, since they were like 13. It's a nice love story that's coming full circle. So
beautiful stuff, bro. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah. So shout out to you guys. Congratulations. And yeah, and then rest up, Callie Mack.
Absolutely.
At least he got the surgery done, the procedure done, and now he's gonna be back with us, getting healthy. So
that's what matters, man. For sure.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And so yeah, before we get into the chapter, we got hit with a good amount of news today, guys. As you guys, I'm pulling up on the screen right now. If you look at their Japanese, the One Piece we're going into the One Piece anime is going into a hiatus, a 6-month hiatus.
Yeah.
Is that starting after today?
Damn.
After yesterday?
I think that's after yesterday's episode, which is
man.
sudden, I think. But yeah, 6-month break. And it's not all bad news though, because we got news about a certain other project that they're working on, right? The anime remaster.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Mod, that's since you didn't know, that's why they're going on hiatus. They're gonna remaster I think all of One Piece and shorten things. It's almost like one pace. I think they said that, so like for example, the Fishman Island is gonna go from 51 episodes to 28. So like
58
it's gonna make
episodes. 58
yeah,
episodes
58
to 21.
to 20 something. Yeah,
21,
wow.
yeah.
Oh, even bigger than I thought. Wow.
Yeah.
So
Whoa.
Yeah.
so yeah, so really that's amazing.
Not just that.
Wait. So just to be clear, you said remastered. Are you talking about like they're coming out with are they going to their back catalog and
Yes.
and scrubbing everything, or are they remaking everything?
I think they're going through what they've had before, like the regular original anime, and just upscaling the quality and cutting out the fat.
Yeah, so from Ohara, they go a little more into it, and they said that this remaster is going to be called One Piece Special Edit Version, and then it's remastered visuals, Wano visual filters, condensed episodes like One Piece, redubbed in Dolby, and we'll cover Fishman Island arc airing across the next few months.
Damn.
Yeah.
So it's gonna. So wait, the special edit version is only Fishman Island?
Only Fishman Island right now. I think it's a test.
So they're gonna do it's kind of like the episode of East Blue. They're gonna do like each one probably.
Yeah. So like the thing, because like they're not doing pre-time skip because Wit Studios is doing that, right?
Yeah.
So like they're gonna cover that. I think this is a good way to see if like instead of Wit Studios doing the whole series, they could just like tie this into that in a way. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe I think now that I think about it, it's good that it's starting with post time skip because I think that's where the pacing of the anime like kind of fell off a cliff.
That's the one that people complain the most.
Yeah, like Dress Rosa.
Yeah. That and also some animation. Some animation stuff. But to be fair though, I think some of the animation stuff also kind of fell off a little before too.
Yeah, for sure.
Free as well, but. Like you just said, another studio's handling that already. So, yeah, this is dope though. This is wild. I can't wait to rewatch.
So rewatch if you guys can see on my stream right now, like they have a few panels of what it's gonna look like.
Wow.
From before to past.
Wow. Whoa. Let me see.
All right.
Wow.
Yo. Which one are we on? We on Zoro? You guys see Zoro?
We just saw Nami. We just saw Sanji.
Okay. Let me.
That's me. I don't know if my internet's behind, but
I'll go back. Let me know when we're on the same thing. I'm on Zoro. I'm on Zoro right now.
Go back to I didn't see Sanji. Go back.
Okay, I'll go back.
Yeah, because I think you're ahead of your stream by a good amount. But
yeah. So
I think it'll be like you're seeing it for the first time. Yeah, I fully agree, man. According that's what the subtitle says, right? That is crazy.
This is absolutely insane.
This is OD, bro.
You guys see Sanji?
We're still at Zoro. Now we just got Sanji.
Okay.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is OD, bro.
Now that I'm seeing day.
Yeah, literally.
All right.
Wow.
I'm going to the next one. I think it's Nami's. Yes. Nami at the bar waiting for Usopp. It just
this is insane, bro.
The shadow of the hairs are clear, giving more 3-dimensional effect. That shit that I'm learning right now with my drawing.
yeah, absolutely, bro.
It's so good because it goes to show like, okay, back in maybe in 2010 this was like impressive, but yeah, because they got a whole new audiences, especially audiences that are like newer to anime, and on top of that they grew up probably watching like, My Hero, Demon Slayer, etc., that kind of set the bar for like new animations. Them going back and doing this is absolutely like goated.
I think it's definitely game changing. It's definitely game changing.
Yeah.
Bro, the fact that, because I feel I've said it so many times that whenever there's like a discussion we're talking about and someone's like, "Oh, anime this," and I'm like, I hate the anime. It's because of this exact problem, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel I've saw all these people that are like, "Yeah, Skypiea sucks, Fishman Island, this and that." I feel like they watched the anime and the pacing cooked them, you know. So to see this and like you said, like even when they're doing the post time skip. Even if what studio is gonna do the post time skip, we're still gonna get the pre time skip pretty quickly, probably in relation to this. So like it's all gonna come together so nicely, man. Wow, I said it. I said it when I heard this. I think, man, being a One Piece fan is starting to feel kind of indulgent a little bit. Like we can't be eating better, bro.
It's true. It's true.
It is like, man. I honestly, as every time I think, okay, this can't get any better. Like we hear, if someone sets the bar higher, then I think even thinking again, now someone's going to surpass me even more. Like in my expectations, like
to your point of just now about like the new audience and all that stuff. Like the fact that like look at how popular One Piece is now, and you look at the One Piece anime now and how much money they have to like. Obviously, they hire some amazing animators too. Like. Don't go like using those resources and kind of like polishing what's before, like it brings a smile to my face. You know what I mean? It's so, man, it's good to see.
It's absolutely crazy because Toei was one of the last studios that was still operating under like old era of like animation style, and trust me, not even old animation style, but old animation practices. That's that's more or less what I want to get at. More old school animation practices because of their business deals and stuff from the past that we thought, okay, One Piece is never going to change. This is going to be it forever because of their business model. So that's why One Piece was created. That's why there's so many different workarounds to help people get into the show. But the fact that they're doing this now and they're doing this themselves, I am thoroughly shocked. This is amazing content. Like amazing work on their behalf.
Absolutely, bro.
I'm thoroughly shocked.
Do you guys see the first one of
the guy? The whatever this I don't know his name off the top of my head, but yeah, Tomorrow Black, that piece of shit. Crazy. Crazy upscaling,
crazy, bro. Like,
bro, I'm shocked, man.
It looks so better. It looks so much more detailed. The shadowing, everything about it is the more detailed. Like, it's just so perfect. It's so perfect.
Imagine
this making me so excited to go back and watch.
You sound so giddy right now, bro. It's
it's
hard not to be. It's hard not to be. Bro, we living, bro.
Yeah. Bro, cause you don't understand. Like, I be trying to get so many people into like One Piece and stuff like that, and a lot of them are non-manga readers, so they're never gonna read the manga anyway. So I have to. My only chance is the anime, and then if they come across like oh, these animations, the pacing, I can't sway them. Like, it's hard. It's hard to sell them on it. But oh man, this makes it so much better. Much better.
I hope this does well, right? So that they're like, you know what? Let's take another hiatus. After like a year or so of being back on, they take another hiatus for like the rest of the end of the saga. And then do this with like Dressrosa or like Punk Hazard to Dressrosa or to Zo to at least catch up to like Wano, so it's all like upgraded and shit like that. Like that would, I'm just also surprised. 58 episodes of Fishman Island condensed into 21. How do they do this? What was taken out? You know what I mean? Like that's a lot. That's a lot.
Trust me, I can already imagine what they took out. Trust me. First of all,
even beyond just like the filler and stuff that they add, like just like there's so many small things like the reaction shots of everyone like a surprising thing. They linger on 10 characters for like 2 minutes of reaction shots. It's like we don't need all that. And yeah, I'm sure Maud, you have a lot of other examples.
Oh yeah, just the intro times alone, the recaps stuff. Like I've been said, One Piece needs to get rid of the recap stuff because come on. If you have people that are this dedicated to watching One Piece, they don't need recaps. Yeah, they're not slow. They're not going to forget. Like they're not going to have amnesia like that. And then, and even if like you really feel like someone needs like a a fresher upper, which sometimes people do. Sometimes people need a fresher upper on certain things. Then have dedicated episodes to recaps, which y'all already do. But to have like 6, man, let me tell you, some of those anime episodes, I swear it's like 4 to 6 minutes of straight recap, and I'm like, and that's like so much BS. That is, I love One Piece, but that is such BS. Like, so if they reducing all that per episode, oh, I bet you that time already got cut like dramatically by like 30%.
Yeah, that drop really does not surprise me at all. Fiction Island is not a long arc. Like, how are we at 58 episodes? Like.
Yeah, seriously.
That's true.
But yeah, no, really, this is amazing. And I think I saw like a random tweet somewhere. Sorry that I don't have it, but it's that they're also gonna in the 6 months that they're on a break, they wanted to even focus on more quality for Egghead, which is crazy because
the quality's
like
crazy.
It's already so good. Yeah. But yeah, no, perfect. I'm also glad that it gives them some leeway to not be caught up with the manga.
Yes,
and that means maybe the pacing can increase just a little bit for the anime. But yeah, no,
6 months, they're better.
Like, yeah, no, absolutely.
I mean, they are getting like way too close to the manga right now.
Yeah. I was telling my friend since he watched the anime, and I was like, "Yo, like," I was telling him which chapter to start because the 6 month break is crazy. So I was like, "Yo, you're on chapter 1089," and I thought about it. I'm like, "That's only like 40 chapters away from us." Like,
dude, they're gonna catch up real fast. And then when they do, you're like, "Hey, you can check out the Strawhat Sitdown on Sundays."
Yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
you guys already caught up. You guys could join us. It's huge.
That's actually good for my one coworker. The one that I got into One Piece like a year ago. He's like at the end of Wano now.
Oh,
and he said, I hope I can catch up. I said, you're just literally one arc away, and you're right there where all the people who are watching the anime are on. And he said, that's dope. And now with the 6 month break, he's definitely going to catch up.
He's time.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I had one of my boys, Alucard, actually hit me up recently. And was he's like,
definitely a big fan of the pod. I fuck with Alucard.
Yeah, he's like, I could finally start watching these now because he's catching up right now, and so
perfect.
It's only a matter of time, bro, and that's what we're here for. And we're still working on the run back, just so you guys know. But that will be at a later date.
Yeah, pretty soon probably.
Yeah.
Actually, this is perfect for people who wanted to catch up for the anime. This is serving two people, two types of people. People that want to catch up with One Piece, but the only thing that was dragging them was like how many episodes is constantly going, so they feel like they can never catch up. And then once it comes back, and we get the, but wait, when it comes back, it's just Fishman Island, right? It's not going to be like.
No, I think they said that the new edit is going to air over the next few months, right? So I think we're going to get the Fishman Island edit before the anime comes back, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. So by the time it comes back, it will be cleaned up, like from Fishman to now, and then those people who were dragging watching it because of the animation alone, or combination of animation and pacing, episode numbers, whatever. That gives them incentive to catch up because it'll be shorter, more condensed, and cleaner, and everything else. So
yeah,
I like this. I like this.
And like Whitehouse said, I think they picked the perfect spot with Fishman Island because it is the beginning of post time skip. So anyone could just jump on. You know what I mean? Like, and just continue the journey from there. And then I'm just excited because with this time, man. Hopefully, the animators get the rest and not be so taxed, but I doubt that because it's just.
That's how it goes over there, man.
So, yeah,
obviously we hope it improves,
but I'm excited with them with time. One Piece with time. They always talk about Batman with prep time, right? Imagine if One Piece actually had some time for the animators to really do work, especially the work they're doing lately. It's crazy.
Bro, it's nuts, bro. Like last episode, I watched the Kobe episode last night. My goodness, brother.
I saw that clip, bro. That thing was beautiful.
It was, even the classroom stuff, like they're going nuts. But that's the anime.
Yeah,
we focus on the manga, baby.
No, yeah, we do. But I will say, I am excited for when they do come back because then with time for this, what we're gonna see in Egghead, the flashback, God Valley,
My
Rocks
goodness.
Pirates, Kuma getting his powers, saving all those people, his backstory,
Gorosei.
the Gorosei summons, bro. Like they're really gonna like because they realize, yo, this part of Egghead is huge, and they gotta hit it right, bro, because the Gorosei, like if they really hit with that, like it's got to be better than Gear 5 Wano Gear 5 moment. You know what I mean? Like cuz this is what we're getting to. This is the ending, like we're getting to the ending of One Piece.
Yeah, and these are the villains. Like these are the final
Exactly.
bosses almost,
And
right? So
exactly. So we're going to oh man,
it's gonna be
telling
crazy. They're
you.
gonna go nuts again, man. For sure, for sure.
So good, bro. Like so you know, just now everyone knows, all of our Strawhat Sitdown fans, One Piece will be on a hiatus for 6 months. But we're excited. We'll still be. I mean, good thing we're manga. So I can't even imagine where the manga's gonna be in 6 months, bro. Like,
Yo, no
like
way, bro.
Yeah.
that's crazy. So you know, and that's what we're all here for. So you guys good? Let's move on to what we're really here for.
Absolutely, bro.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So for this week, we're gonna have Huss doing the read through. So I shall leave it to you, Huss.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you for the excellent beginning and hosting. And it was like we're eating so good, man. So,
Dude,
but
we are.
and you know the last spot we're eating the main spot, the manga. So you know we gotta. I enjoyed this week's chapter, so let's just get into it.
Let's do it.
The title of the official is Live Dolls, and I think the TCB was Living Dolls, which I like a little bit better. I don't know where, I don't know why, but it reminds me of like I feel like it's a name for someone's ability in some anime, maybe JoJo or something. I can't think of what, but I just that's what the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
This is a cute. I love this cover story, man. Ninja training at Amigasa Village, or Tama's village, where Shinobu is training Tama to become a kunoichi to join the Straw Hats because that's her goal, right?
Yep.
And Yamato is on the dog thing, cheering her on. Very, very cute. Shinobu is no longer a pretty young lady, apparently.
Hey,
She gained the weight back from her what's that guy's name? Green Bull, his
Green Bull.
ability, but.
Yeah.
It's all good. We love all women here.
Yes.
I feel it.
But yeah, cool cover story. Not much of the mystery doesn't really continue, but
Yeah,
maybe she has
that
something for her.
that threw me off a little bit. I'm like, all right, I guess Yamato is not really serious about this.
Yeah,
They're just taking a break.
I think she is.
Yeah, no, she's just taking a break.
Yeah.
It's nice seeing Shinobu do her training, bro.
Yeah, this is so good. Tom was putting in work, man.
Yeah,
She's not bad at it.
yeah.
She's hitting both sides too.
Yeah, she is.
And I think like on topic of the mystery, I think it's like more of like a passive thing, right? She has her main goal, which is to travel around, and she's gonna learn more about the mystery as it goes on and on.
Yeah. You can see she's been training. She got bandages and everything.
Yes, yeah, very man, cool. I don't think she was carrying a katana either before, so
No,
yeah, man, she's leveling up, man. Cool.
She
very,
might be
cool.
joining. She might be joining Yamato.
I think so.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can totally see her joining Yamato, finding the kidnapper and the kidnappees.
That'd be like a good first exploration.
Luffy is her ace, so he's gonna do what Ace did for him. That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Perfect. But yeah, cool cover story. We didn't really get one in the last few chapters, so it's good to get back to it.
Yeah.
But onto the chapter, and before we even start with this, actually, I have to say that Mista, I was wrong about one thing in 1128 that you were right about, and that the crack on the other side, like opposite from the Straw Hats break, was definitely the mirror reflecting the Straw Hats breaking the door.
Oh.
I know it's confusing, but you were right. There wasn't another opening.
Oh, okay.
First opening. But yeah, so I had to make sure I got that connection because you were right about that.
Yeah.
But back to the that's the last time I give you your flowers. No, I'm playing. Back to the 1129. It starts off with the giant, or like the inhabitants of this cage. They're pleading with the sun god. Please quell your anger. They're pointing to all the bad things. The flames are coming through the cracks in the sky because the Straw Hats set their room on fire, which you can see at the bottom of the page.
Yep.
The kingdom is doomed. The world's ending. They're just like really, really shocked and confused about what's going on. And for them, it appears that this is literally their world coming down, right? Yep. The sun god is annoyed at the Straw Hats for they say that you live dolls will pay for what you did to my root, and then he catches himself. He says, my temple, and to my pets, and then he catches himself and says, I mean to my servants. So right off the bat, the facade is coming off. He can't even keep it up himself.
Yeah.
Very very interesting. That he's already this guy's already coming off.
Yeah, he is. You can see him breaking. Yo, real quick. I know I'm showing my age. I'm definitely showing my age with this, but this really reminds me of an old movie back in the day that I really liked this movie called The Indian in the Cupboard.
Mm.
This kid, he had a cupboard, right? And he would put his toys in there, and then overnight, when he opened them back up the next day, they turned to life. And then, like, it was crazy. So, like, it really, like, gave me so much influence of that movie. And,
there's that, and there's like Toy Story. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of that.
I was going to say that's like reverse Toy Story, what you just described, right there.
Yeah, because they're hiding in Toy Story. They're hiding, but in this, not like he was actually like talking to the guy, to the little toys and stuff like that. So I thought it was pretty cool.
And so it's also cool to see like the people interact with the sun god. Like I know they mentioned him in like the 2 chapters ago about we should tell the sun god that the ear god got cooked, something like that. But it's cool that they're like like they actually treat him like a god. Like please call your anger, blah blah blah. So we get to the Straw Hats and they're running away from him. And Nami says that guy's so freaky, and I think that Zoro is saying that God, he looks more like a demon, which is really true. He has like the goat mask and stuff.
Yep.
And that actually reminds me of the mask, because I missed it. You have another dub to take later. But anyway, the town, look out for the slope. So yeah, they're just trying to get through the cat and the town with the cat. And Luffy remarks that they're all made out of Lego. And the cat jumps over. And the people, they notice it. They're moving through. But Luffy makes a really cool point, which is funny, I feel like, for him. But he says, hey, if he put in all this work to build it, we got to split it without busting it up. And the cat just does not listen at all.
Nope.
He's like, what did I just say, cat? So it's funny because Luffy is like the guy that breaks everything. I feel like he doesn't give a damn, but it's cool. That's my goat, Captain Luffy.
It's just the little things that he notices, man, which is why you gotta love Luffy.
He's my emotionally intelligent goat, bro. That's really he's a man. I think that's like his best trait, and not like he's the goat, bro. The sun god realizes that his cat, the cat is helping them out, and he's like, why are you even helping them? Obviously, it's a cat, can't answer. Usopp remarks that they're actually moving pretty fast. They're already at the end of the world. And Luffy, just, on the point about the mirror, literally says, huh? No, it keeps going and going. Because this moron doesn't realize he's still a mirror on this side. Anyway, Usopp remarks that, Luffy, don't worry, look at the schematics. And Nami, as he's saying that, throws away the schematics for the rest of the world. And Nami's like, don't worry, I have memorized. Very cool flex. And she points out that, look, Luffy, on that side you can see the mirror door from earlier. And she's pointing out basically the clouds are just caught in fluff. She's pointing out that the world is not real. It's, there's stuff around that you can tell it's, created and put together by someone,
Yeah.
So Zoro is saying that it might look huge to us, but to a giant, it just seems like a room. And it's good to know a little bit of size. So he's talking about the mirror and how it goes on forever. It looks like it goes on forever because of the mirror. A very elaborate trick by this sun god figure.
Yeah.
So now he points out that we can see the blueprints here. All they have to do is just keep going forward and go to the world tree that just said that they mentioned, and they'll be through.
Man, it's crazy.
No, it's funny. It's funny that they're kind of moving pretty fast through. They're almost at the other side.
Yeah. They're really going through this.
Sun God hears that they realize that they know exactly where they're going, and he says, "Oh, you've seen the schematics? Do you think you made it out?" But he has a very interesting point. He says, "You might think you can get out, but this was a holding cell for giants."
Interesting.
So this is like some sort of jail or something.
Okay, so real quick, that's why I mentioned when we saw the big guy before, that was on the grasshopper on the grass chopper. I think I mentioned that 'cause I thought he was still a giant. So what if this person, the sun god, was just taking giants, turning them small, like you said, and just throwing them in there? I thought that was.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I think I've because later in the chapter we kind of get to see who the sun god is, and I think it kind of reveals that this is definitely like a regular, like he would be the giant in closing the cell. These are definitely I could see it if it was I could see it The thing that question me is the language. A holding cell for giants, right?
Yeah.
But the Straw Hats seem to be regular size compared to this giant because the Sun God is still, we know he's a giant now. So I'm confused. Maybe you could be absolutely right.
Well, maybe. Well, they did say that he was larger than a regular giant. So that's
too.
That's why I do believe that they are shrunken.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it's not to the same extent a giant would be shrunken. You know what I mean? Like
that makes sense.
But then it also made me think about the title "Living Dolls." What if all these people in there were just dolls? Like that were brought to life with magic. Just like when Sanji talked about burning the rabbit, they said it tasted like resin, right? Like so that means that rabbit wasn't actually a real rabbit. You know what I mean? So what if the same thing with these people? But I don't know.
There's like points for and against, and I think I'm interested in the rabbit one for real. I think that's like Oda said, the resonating. I mean, you could say maybe it's like the stuff they were burning it on, but like I don't know. I feel like it's they did bring it up for a reason. So
yeah.
That's interesting. And there's also smaller things about like what these guys say later on. The people in here that point that they might be the people that are being held in the cell. So you might be taking your dubs all week, bro. But we'll see later on. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You've been on a roll. But so he talks about how. Actually, before that, Sanji says that is it just me or is he talking a bit like a samurai? This guy has a bit of an older tone of speaking. The Sun God mentions that it was built to prevent giants from escaping. It matters not if you reach the wall, for you will never break through it. There is only a dead end. And he has a stupid ass laugh.
Yep, I hate it.
I find it funny that this guy got a freaking signature laugh.
No, that's
why. I feel like it marks that like they're gonna be an important character. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think so.
That's what that meant too. Yeah,
I think it might actually be Loki. Honestly, I think Loki's a weirdo, and I think this is him.
I wouldn't be surprised, but we'll see more about him.
Yeah,
you guys will be surprised about that character that they show. Anyway,
okay.
Come on, Cat, you're supposed to dodge that. So they're mad that they got caught by the net that he pulled out. What happened to Lord Scat? The people talking about it. Who's that riding on him? Again, the people of the town. Sanji and Zoro obviously are not going to be stopped. Just keep moving, and then they both, set up their attacks, burn through it, and cut through it.
I love how they end each other's sentences.
Bro, they're best of friends, bro. You can never tell me otherwise. I also think it's funny that we talked about how the mask, because obviously we talked about how this guy looked like that one God's Knights that was in the the God Valley frame behind Garland, and the points where his staff and his mask, but the staff is a freaking net for bugs, dude. Like, wow, Oda really got us with that one.
Yep.
I think that's definitely a very deliberate fake out.
He got us good.
So he's surprised that they broke through the metal wire of his, bug net. And he says it doesn't matter. The cruel and violent ear god awaits them ahead. The bunny that they talked about earlier. And finally, these guys deliver the news to their sun god. We have some bad news about the ear god. And they show its corpse. It was mysteriously burned to death earlier today. The sight was heartbreaking, more than ominous. So they just talk about how they're sad and it got obliterated. They don't mention that it was eaten. They just say that it was burned. So I guess they couldn't tell, which makes sense.
Yeah.
They also talk about how there were cracks in the sky. Things were really going bad, and they called it an accursed day. So to them, I find it kind of funny. That because it seems like to them the world is really ending. Like today is their, it's over. It's such a funny, it's so crazy to think about. But on the topic of the Sun God, he's surprised to hear about the Ear God and how the Straw Hats were strong enough to defeat it. And he says impossible. That was a vicious carnivorous rabbit. And he thinks about we finally get to see an actual real picture of it. He says, "My loot bunny." I think that's how you say that word.
Yeah.
It seems like it was not a regular bunny. It was a serious problem. But
at first I felt bad, and now I don't.
No, they didn't just eat some little cute looking bunny.
It
was some monster.
Ugly, bro.
And so they're obviously they're trying to say about how we just found it like that. It definitely wasn't us. I find that little panel funny. The Sun God laughs. Diffifu. It seems like he's elated to hear this. He says, "Lovely, wonderful. This too is how the world works. A story without a script, unfolding in my little walled garden." it seems like he's relishing in the fact that it's almost like some sort of like story, you know, some super story to him. It's
some movie type of thing.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, that's the best way to put it. It's so weird to see because we're reading the manga. It's almost uncanny. He says, "I underestimated them. They are most exciting after all." Again, his weird, way of speaking is coming out here. Now the world I created has developed its own evil and its own heroes. And he never really says, but I wonder who he considers the evil and the heroes.
He's a god, so he thinks he's a hero.
He probably is thinking he's
a hero. Right, yeah.
So he says, history is being written before my eyes. This is the charm of my little live dolls. The mini world that belongs only to me. And here is where they say, the people here say a very interesting thing. And I think, Mister, you would be right about the fact that they might be the giants being held. Because he says, this might be our only chance. The way out is open to us. Let's flee while we can and tell all the others. Mm-hmm. So this little panel, which I think I find it funny that Oda just sends one little panel and we don't get to see more of it. That these people were being held here against their will, and they knew that. I think the way that they're whispering, that they're kind of showing that like they knew all along that this world wasn't real and that this
they were just playing their part.
They're just playing the part.
Yep.
Exactly, and I think I find it funny because if they know that and they know they're being held, I find it funny that they're like acting like little playthings for their captor, right? So I'm still in the middle of whether they're just being held here or if they're prisoners for real, like there's some sort of criminals or something like that. But yeah, this is still proof that maybe that if these are the giants that he's talking about, he might still have some ability to shrink people.
Like he can check, like he can manipulate sizes.
Yeah, he might, because they look like big regular big people to the Straw Hats. So maybe like if they're because like Mr. said, it's supposed to hold giants, and the people in here are being held here, so that might make them giants, right? Yeah. But they're not as big as giants, so it's not confirmed, but it's like I feel like there's some hints.
Like basically something about this room turns them into that size because they're giants. So it's
or his ability. It could be his ability, living balls too, right?
Yeah. Or it could be its ability.
Could definitely be a devil fruit.
Yeah. That's the word I should have used. But yeah, that was just a little panel about that. Luffy's like, what's he laughing about? Like, what could be so? Because he's obviously still, talking about his stupid movie like scenario going on. He says, now dance and struggle in my palm, and this is where he dropped the name that when I read this in the chapter, I literally scrolled back up and it was like, huh? Uh-huh. He said, Hadrian may accept you, but I do not. So what is your move? Bro, Hadrian? The Grand Fleet Hadrian? Like, what?
We knew that name was going to come, bro. That's the only giant, not the only giant, but one of the main giants associated with the Grand Fleet, with Straw Hat Luffy. He took the sake, but he's not, like, he was the captain, sure, of the new giant pirates, right? But like that doesn't mean he's in charge of like leadership of the giants. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. It goes to show that like not everyone has his like vision,
and no one gave him the okay to do that type of shit. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, Dory and Bragi are like, oh, we know Luffy, of course, that's cool. Like that's hell yeah. Like they're like, oh no, we're 100% with that. But other people,
they're the old giant pirates too.
Exactly.
Like, I don't even know if old and new giant pirates, they may not even necessarily be on the same page.
Absolutely, I don't think they will be.
That's why I don't know. I still keep thinking that this motherfucker's Loki, bro. Like, I don't know. It would make sense. He would have the power, right? That we know with everything with like Norse mythology, with Loki and stuff like that. Even if he's not exactly the same way.
This is definitely like a this kind of would fall in the category of like a trickster type.
Yeah, and then like type of puppet master. That's always Loki's always wants to be a puppet master, like controlling the narrative, controlling the people. And I could definitely see him like, oh, these giants are my servants. I could just take one whenever I want, throw them in here, and they could just do it. They could live in my little world or whatever, or someone that crossed him, and then he's just like, well, nope. Like, I don't know, and that's why Lola left him, because she wasn't like into that. She was like, no, hell no. Like,
it's weirdo, yeah.
And like Loki would be around 60 something years old now at this point. So I do think it's definitely possible that like it could be him. And then if he's someone, because he's mentioning Hadrian, like he seems like he could be someone important. So I mean, no other person that I could think of other than Loki that's been mentioned before.
It's so crazy what One Piece fans do because technically we've heard about this guy before, and we'll get to see his face later in the chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that person and Loki could be tied for sure.
Okay.
And who knows? That might be like like maybe like someone Loki who works for Loki or something like that. I think there's a big connection. But technically, we've seen this person before, and I know how crazy that sounds, but it will make sense when we get to those points. But I do think this person and Loki are super connected, and like something that Loki does is turn into people, right? Like he masquerades as people, so it could still literally be him.
Yeah, true.
But and I think like we said, we talked about, I don't know if we talked about it last chapter or whatever, but the fact that like someone who's supposed to be a kid, like a prince, who's pretty young, and like he might still be like this kind of thing of doing like having dolls and stuff. I still think it fits Loki very well as we know him in the story. So yeah, I completely agree with you, Mister.
Okay.
But so we talked about how Hadrian doesn't accept you. Hadrian accepts you, but I don't. So what are you gonna do about that? And Usopp attacks the wall, trying to get them out. And yo, this move is huge. Like this shit is towering over the giant. I don't know if they're just far ahead of him or something, but this shit is freaking huge.
Yeah.
But despite that, it destroys the mirror, but not the wall that he talked about that was behind it. And Usopp tells Luffy that the wall really is tough. He wasn't lying. But Luffy's like, all right, leave it to me. You know, the Sun God is more excited that, you know, the dolls are fighting back against fate. He says, best story ever. Part of the world is despair and hopelessness, and part of history is defeat and disappointment. And he's talking about them. The tragic folly of the weak and yet so brave. A real tearjerker. I'm so glad to have you in my collection. Ultra rare Luffy, ultra rare Zoro, ultra rare Nami, ultra rare Usopp.
Interesting. That's different from TCB.
Yeah, really different, but I like it a lot. I think they really like. There's another line I really like. But yeah, he goes on to say ultra rare Sanji. He says all of them. Ultra Sanji, Chopper. He says every single one of their names with ultra rare in front of it. Now he's like, wait, how does he even know who we are? What does he mean ultra rare? I find it funny that none of the Strawhats remembered Hadrian, by the way, or they didn't like bring up. None of them was like, oh, that name sounds familiar.
Nope.
But anyway, time to bust open a hole. Luffy says mini Gear 4. That's also new.
Yep.
But he's Gear 4. His hand stretches out. We get to Oda shows us what his hand looks like. It looks like, you know, the arm of, you know, Bound Man, plus Gear 3 almost combined.
My goodness.
And we move on. You guys want to talk about the fact that Luffy can use Gear 4? Like, let's talk about it now. I think that.
Yes, of course. We gotta talk about this, bro. This is ridiculous. He's base form, and he's just immediately just channeling part of his body to go Gear 4.
Insane.
Our goat has hit a new level.
Like, and I think it reminds me of on the rooftop when he was weaving Gear 2 and Gear 3 in the same attack. The one where he kicked Kaido in the stomach, like that was Gear 2 plus Gear 3.
Oh, and I love that. I love that moment so good. That's so good, bro.
Me too. It's like that's actually my favorite part of the fight, low-key. But I think these kind of things at this moment it kind of sells how strong Luffy's getting. Yes. To me, like this, like when he went Gear 4 versus Kaido, we hear that, you know, he has conquering all his attacks. He's also much stronger. But I feel like this is the kind of stuff that, like, wow, the improvement is it's in our face. You know what I mean? The
progress, we see it. Yes. And that's Callie actually had mentioned it in the group chat earlier this week when we were talking about the same thing. But he also mentioned, did you guys not notice that Luffy went Gear 5 earlier, and then he was fine? When they were
last chapter his Gear 5 was no
last
drawback.
Chapter. We didn't notice it then, but he went back and read it again, and he noticed it then and let us know. And,
I wouldn't mind if that's the direction Oda goes.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes I feel like the drawback is always like it happens in like the most necessary times when there's a break or. Like, you know, like Luffy can't be in the battle, so I wouldn't mind if, you know, Oda finds a new way for that. So if that continues, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Or maybe he like used it for a little bit and turned it off. You know, like there's a lot of reasons, but that's really really interesting. That's something to remember. But yeah, Luffy's on a roll, man.
What I'm honestly looking forward to from seeing this, because when I first saw this, I was like, oh shit, it's so and so. At first, like I thought to myself, okay, while this is great for his power in terms of like he could channel he could channel Kong gun, which is obviously stronger than his like elephant gun or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then I thought, wait a minute, doesn't this make elephant gun kind of useless now? But then also, there's another thing that I was missing. If he can do this, most likely he could do the other things in Gear 4th as well, such as maybe he can fly now in base.
Hey, that's a good pickup, Mod.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that.
Yeah. Maybe Snake Man, like.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
I'm excited. Yo, the evolution in Luffy's fighting style is awesome.
True, man. And I hope he still hope he still uses Total Gear 4. Like it just looks cool to me.
Yeah.
Like he did use it versus Kizaru. He used Snake Man, if I remember. But still very cool. Luffy is looking like a problem, bro. I'm sure all the shots will show off more of their, because in Egghead they didn't really get to do that much, honestly.
No, but we do get to see a little progress on this one at the end by someone else. So I'm excited about that.
For sure. So very cool Luffy moment. So Nami is like a little bit of a foreboding. She says, "Hey Usopp," it almost seems random in the moment. But she says, "Hey Usopp, natural disasters aren't anyone's fault, right?" And this is just the way they look at each other. Like this, like it's just so chill. I mean, sure, earthquakes, floods, lightning, you can't blame those on anybody. And she says, "Well, I think we've been through enough terror for one day, and I'm sick of this guy." I think Usopp responds, "I get it, but we don't want to anger the giant." And Sanji's like, "F all that. I know how you feel, Nami. I feel the same rage towards this jerk." And you wonder what has Sanji so worked up. And he says, "I just can't get the thought out of my mind. Him changing your clothes."
Yep, bro. Oh my goodness, Sanji.
This nigga needs help, man.
He does. Yeah, the picture they have for him is ridiculous.
Yeah, he's completely losing his mind, bro.
That face is hilarious. I'm like, bro, what? All right, bro, what type of face is this?
Nah, he's tweaking, bro. He's actually tweaking, bro.
Yeah, but also, Nami is hilarious because when did she ever need an excuse to shoot lightning at anybody? Like when did this become like, oh, I need a good reason to strike people that are attacking me, like or holding me hostage or whatever like that. You know what I mean? Like I never know Nami to need a reason for that. So I'm kind of wondering why this is even the thing, but
I think it's a mix of like, it's just a funny moment of them too. Like this, like look at how quaint this seems almost. Like they're just having a conversation while they're getting chased, while Luffy's about to destroy a wall. It's like a bit of comic levity, and also kind of like it's kind of like a setup for like how it happens. It's like it gives it a bit of flow, I think, for the end of the chapter too.
Not just that, but I think where your conflict is the fact that I think Nami they all see the giants as allies, so they're like like they don't like. I guess she doesn't want to step on anyone's toes. You know what I mean? Like saying like, oh, the Straw Hats attack this guy, and what if he is someone to the Giants that's important or whatever.
That's a good point about like no one's fault or whatever.
Yeah,
it kind of like gives you like like alibi. I know there's a better word.
That's why she's like, what if we set up an accident? What if an accident happens?
Mobster Nami, dude. But that's a good point.
So.
That's actually I didn't think about that.
I guess I just thought that because they were clearly captured, clearly, in a place against their will, that all bets are off. But
I would understand. Yeah,
agreed.
But yeah, either way, funny ass moment. So Sanji has his little meltdown, and then Sanji says, "I won't rest until I crush him to bits with my foot." And Nami's like, "Don't worry, you won't have to do that." He's gonna get his divine retribution.
Yep.
And mans are like, huh? Anyway, Sun God thinks back to how this all happened. And so the crow's coming towards him. The crow is named Mugen. And we learned that last chapter. What have you brought me this time? And we get to see this guy, his face. He says, and as he's looking at the crew, he says, wait, these are the Straw Hats. The giant pirates were sailing out to escort them back. So it seems like there was, some communication between the new giant pirates and the giant pirates. I hope that means Hadrian is at Elbaf.
That'd be cool. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that a crow would bring him the Thousand Sunny, because that's where now we know where the Thousand Sunny is.
Yeah, now we know how he got there. It wasn't it was not a whirlpool or anything like that. Like we were saying that the man marked by flames or whatever. But no, they just got scooped up while they were asleep, because he says, "Don't they realize what happened? They must have passed through the sleeping mists on the route to Egghead."
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. But also crows are like shiny things and small things. So the fact that he just went and scooped it up,
Yeah,
so that's another
it's
thing.
like a little just like, oh yeah, here you go, man.
Yeah.
So he starts laughing. I heard that Hadron had cast aside his dignity and became his henchman. I was furious, and they show the fallout of when Hadron told this guy. Not at all. He says, "Are you insane?" He says, "Not at all." And he says, "That make me, as a member of the New Giant Pirates, Luffy's henchman too, an almighty warrior of Elbaf, subservient to some tiny human. Has he no pride?" We're gonna see that. I feel like I don't know if like it's been highlighted before in the manga, but some little like we're some mighty warriors. We're not gonna kowtow to some humans. A
Yep.
little bit of like a pride almost of the giants, but he seems still like a fan almost. He's like, just look at this tiny frail figure, and he says Nami. He says so okay. He seems kind of like annoyed at Luffy or whatever. When he sees Nami, he's like he kind of softens a little. He says Nami. Defu, she's my Oshi, and if I'm sure you guys have no idea what that means, and I'm showing my internetness a little bit here, but in idol culture, like Japanese idols or whatever, like Hololive and all that stuff, like K-pop, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think Oshi in Japanese is like my 1 star. Like this is like the idol I will support, and no other person will take my, like this is my number one, and I'll never leave her or whatever.
Copy.
So he's like he's a super like idol fan.
So
Nami
he's
is
he's the biggest fanboy of Nami.
Yeah. He's fighting Sanji for that spot.
Oh.
Anyway, so Nami starts to wake up and he realizes like, oh shit, and then he's hits him with the chlorophene or whatever. This nigga is a menace, an absolute freak.
He's so ugly too, bro. Oh,
Nah, look at him, bro. Just look at his face in this panel, bro. I need you to go back to sleep, and when you wake up again, Tifufu, you'll simply go missing to the rest of the world. Okay, so now we're back to the present. Anyway, so now that we've seen this guy, I can tell you that someone even called who this was, not one of us. Mister, if you remember, you actually had an amazing point about, I think someone had shown that Sun God's mask looked like Hadron's the figurehead of a ship, and you said that they might make a connection, right?
Yeah.
Bro, he's literally a New Giant Pirate. You couldn't have been more right. Like a little bit.
But
he didn't have the exact one or anything, but still, like there was definitely a huge connection.
But we don't get a name though, right?
Bro, this guy was a named character, but not because of like the Dressrosa. He's in a fucking cover story.
No way.
Chapter 896.
Oh, chill, bro. I gotta look this up now.
Yeah, he's literally. It's actually just him. There's no other like. No
way. 896.
I know. I think it's 896. I have a picture. I think I'll send it to Discord. I should have done this earlier. My bad. But
Okay.
Oh fuck!
All right. So I see 896 has hydrogen in the front, and then you see the mask in the back.
There's another one. There's another cover.
See,
I don't know where it is.
897. It's another new giant pirate. Not this dude. Okay. 898.
Oh, I wish I could tell you what one it was exactly.
Found
him. Okay, cool. Yeah. So this dude.
Yeah, the chapter is 898.
898. Okay. So this piece of shit, bro. His name is Road. Like Road to a Store or whatever. Yeah, Mr. The heels that you pointed out.
Rodo.
That's how people found him. And you know who found him? It was freaking Tekking. The guy's like, this could be his. How do you even remember this character exists? He's on one cover story.
The GOAT.
That guy's actually a legend for that, bro. But Mister, you still had some of it. So yeah, we know who he is a little bit. Not really much. We don't really know anything about him. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, hey, like a mystery solved.
Yep.
This is the Sun God.
So he is not Loki. Oh, well, there goes.
But
that.
He still could be connected in some way. And you were right about the fact that it's connected to New Giant Pirates anyway. But yeah. So yeah, that's who he is. But back to the present.
He's still ugly.
You're not. In spirit and body, bro. He says this
for a second.
Simply go talk to me, bro.
Well, for a second, I thought he kind of resembled like the one dude on Buggy's crew.
The Kabaji.
I thought that too.
Yeah,
when I first saw him.
I see it.
I was like, "Yo, is this?" At first, I was like, "Is that him?" I was like, "No. Is that his like older brother or something like that?"
Was he descended from giants? Yeah, but
he's not. So.
But no, I see the resemblance. But on to the present, he says you'll simply go missing to the rest of the world. But in reality, you'll be stuck here with me, struggling to get free. I will not serve you; you'll serve me.
Gross.
But as he's talking, he realizes something's not right. He says, and he hears Nami say, "Are you ready, Zeus?" And Zeus responds, "I'm positively crackling, Nami. I'm ready to go."
Oof.
And a giant storm cloud is above him. He says, "What's that? I never made that." So he's like, "Wait, how did this get into my world?" Now he says, "Take it away." Zeus comes down with a lightning blast and obliterates him.
Yo.
Just fries him. He's stunned. He can't move. The people are like, "What? The sun god?" As he's cooked. As that's happening, Luffy says, "I hate to leave, but we gotta go. So long, Kingdom of Lux." Gum. As he rears up his hand, all the shots are getting ready to leave. They said, "Outside at last." Sanji has a very funny line. It says, "Take that, you giant perv."
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, dog, you might also be a giant perv, just like metaphorically.
Yeah. You should be talking.
Yeah, absolutely not. Usopp, it's like, please let it be Elbaf outside, literally praying. Nami gets Zeus back in her thunder tempo, whatever it's called. Luffy gets ready to hit the wall. Gum, Kong, gun. We get to see the actual finish of the attack. It looks pretty cool.
Oh.
And he breaks the wall, and he breaks a wall, and it looks like it's a bunch of stone. So it looks like it was built into like a cave or a mountain somewhere.
Oh.
And suddenly they're outside, and shots are hide. Oh, we finally did it. We're outside, and ends with a little panel of Luffy's smiling face. Aha! I think that's it. Chapter 1129. No break next week.
Oof, man.
That's a banger. I really enjoyed that chapter. It was fun.
Going over it with you made me enjoy it more. At first I just like went through it very quickly, and I was like, cool, but just stopping and like really thinking about all like who this guy was and that we have seen him before, like really.
I think the last 3 chapters felt that way, right? Like last 2 chapters are like, like it seems humble and small, but and then you learn more. You hear some random One Piece fan found this, and this chapter looks just like this person. So that's what the theorists do, right? The wild fans. So yeah, no, that's what I'm glad we do the official and we do it on Sunday because it gives people time to break down what's going on. But yeah, super fun chapter, and I'm kind of glad. This whole mini arc kind of ended pretty quickly, Like, what do you guys think about the fact that this was like the first little bit of this little mini arc? You think it wrapped up fast? You think it what do you guys make of this little captivity of the Strawhats that they had for like 3 chapters?
I'm not 100% sure, honestly. I feel like the last 3 chapters were all still set up. Like Absolutely. This is still like obviously Oda wanted to put the Straw Hats in this situation, especially the first 5 in the situation, for a particular reason. Like he wanted to shut us away because we didn't land at Elbaf and see and everything. So he's clearly hiding what was behind this wall, and I'm pretty sure next chapter we're gonna see why he hid everything from us. Especially since they're putting so much emphasis on getting out and leaving this fake world. But they look so excited. I can see that like by the next chapter, the frowns. I mean the grins, the laughter, and all that stuff could turn into frowns or something because of something that we're not privy to knowing.
Like like them leaving right now, like they're all happy, but then when they look down, they're sad. I don't know. Maybe they're free falling or some shit like that.
Yeah, or they're shocked. Something It could be something goofy. It could be something terrible. Or maybe it's just neutral. Maybe it's just like, oh, well, this isn't like, because they're excited because they're like, this is Elbaf. So they're happy. And even Usopp commented, I think it was this chapter that, hey, we're at Elbaf. So it was either this chapter or last chapter where he said that, or like we're asking about attire. He was commenting about the attire and stuff. So I'm pretty sure they're like excited to get out of here and explore Elbaf and all that other stuff. But there could be a legitimate reason why they're here, and we didn't even see the setup from the unnamed giant that put him here to the point where this is happening, and we know this is him because they got the same laughs and everything. But to what extent, I don't even know, because right? Because I still can't tell if this per se like like a fake world that's created by merely his powers, or a fake world that was created by, like, I don't know, Elbaf government or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's really hard to tell what's this circumstance that they're up under. It's kind of hard.
I think if we kind of explore what Mister was saying about how they could still be like shrunken giants, with what he said about a holding cell. I think there's something there, because I was thinking about like the fact that like this guy Rodo is one of the new giant pirates, and he just has like a fucking like cave where he keeps like captives. Like is Hodgson know about this? So
no,
I think
not.
that might be actually. What if he does know about it, Mister? But it's under the guise of prisoners. But
true.
He kind of abuses his power and keeps captives here too, like like Nami and the other Straw Hats. I think that would be a good like ruse or like like hidden reason for him to be even be able to do this. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah, I just think he's abusing his powers, and like he's like okay, you control the prison. He says all right, bet. But then he like made it into like a live action role play type thing, like the Sun God or whatever. I could see something like that. And I was wondering with my friend, I was like, why does this guy even like? This is before I thought he was a giant. I thought he was a person like that had made everyone small. I was like, why does this guy like copy the Sun God or whatever? But I think that's what it is. I think he's abusing his power, and the Sun God is kind of like a metaphor for that. And it might be what we see like in Elbaf. Like maybe Loki, if this guy is not connected to Loki, maybe Loki is abusing his power in Elbaf, right? I could see something like that.
Maybe this is like a microcosm of what he goes through with
maybe something like that. It would be interesting. I mean, I don't think Oda would like use it exactly. Like, I doubt Loki's probably calling himself the Sun God. I don't think that's the case, but he's probably still like there's something there about how he's probably not the best ruler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think we are in Elbaf because of this guy was like he knew that the giant pirates were supposed to bring. He says the giant pirates were sailing out to escort them back, and it kind of like that to me it implies that like
he definitely
this is where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
So that and I agree with you. I think that we are here. I think this is Elbaf, but we're in like I don't think this is that part of Elbaf that they were supposed to be at, because I'm assuming that if this is his world, I'm assuming that this is or his room, because he said earlier like you destroyed my temple and my my service, so this has to be like his house, his room, his personal stuff, like maybe it could be like in the backwaters of someplace, or it could be like if they're military where the new giant pirates like meet up or something, maybe his particular quarters, I don't know. Something like that.
I was thinking like what if it's like they were supposed to go to like Valhalla or some shit like that, but instead they're in Jotunheim or something like that, like something interesting, and then you start incorporating the 9 realms of Elbaf, of Norse mythology and everything like that. So
yeah, I could see that. I could totally see them looking and like, because like I said earlier, they're excited, they're ecstatic, they're breaking free of here, but this could be, like you said, it could be part of like 9 realms type thing, where maybe this isn't exactly like the Elbaf that where all the giants are like naturally circulating in town, blah 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 blah, all that, the center place. This could be like something that they just completely weren't expecting, but it's still a part of Elbaf. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Or what if they're in another room? Because I'm looking at this last panel, and like if you look above, like the wall that they break through, you see like there's like an angle, and like they think they're outside, but they're actually not outside yet.
Yeah, it does kind of look like that. There's like a second layer of a wall that's circling around. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly
what I'm looking
looks
at.
like that.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. So it could look like a bigger room within a room type thing. So it could be that,
because if it was
hilarious,
because if it was the outside, I feel like that would be warping the other way. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
So
I see it,
but we'll see. I'm glad that we're not on a break. Because I definitely want to see what happens. Do you guys want to I want to see what happens here, but Jake joined us in the chat, and he wants to see what's up with the other Straw Hats, which I agree with as well. That would be nice.
I think we're not going to see them for
at least a little
minute. Yeah, probably like another
2, 3.
I'm gonna make a prediction now. I'm gonna say like we probably won't see them within the next the next 3 chapters. That's what I want to say.
So, because
you
this
think
is the second chapter, right? That we got
this is the
in a row.
third? I think. Oh yeah, this is the second chapter in a row. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so next week's gonna be the third chapter in a row, and then probably break after that for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Ma, do you think that we'll follow these Straw Hats and see where they're at?
Yeah, because that's typically the format, right?
Sure.
Luffy or whoever, we follow them for the most part, and then they meet up with everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we might see it, but it depends on how Oda wants to do it. Because sometimes he'll have split perspectives where he'll have like the Straw Hats, like in Dressrosa, where one group left to
Green
scour
Bit.
the island. Yeah. And then they got caught up in the tournament, and then the other group was on the ship, and we were flip flopping between two groups. So he could do it like that.
I would actually put my money on that. I think there's like so much degrees of separation between them. Like like they're like Robin and them are with the old giant pirates. You guys are with the new giant pirates. It seems. I feel like there's like I feel like there's a lot of characters, and I think it just I don't know. I feel like I would bet on that. Like you said, Elbaf is a huge place, so there might be like an extended like break between them the two. There might be an extended amount of time where they're doing their own thing. They might even have different storylines, for like the first few 10 chapters. Like who knows.
Yeah, I
wouldn't be surprised.
And I think that's definitely probably the most likely one, because we definitely got to get. There's one thing we have to see for sure, and it's Robin meeting up with Saul. We just
need that, bro. We need that, bro.
We do.
That can't be like
off screen. No.
Yeah, you can't off screen that. We have to see that. So, and the fact that Robin isn't with this group, so therefore, I'm highly betting that it's going to be flip-flopped perspectives, throughout the thing, which is fine with me, because like I said, I want to see Robin meet Saul again.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad. I'm also glad that like this mini arc did not last long. I'm not gonna lie. I really shouldn't call it a mini arc, but like this little captivity thing.
Excursion.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm glad this shit did not last long. Not to say that it wasn't interesting. But I just let's get the Elbaf, man.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I mean, yeah, it was cool, but like this isn't what we care for. Let's be real. I think in terms of like holistically.
Yeah, and I think it's cool. We got like some cool like Straw Hat. Like the first 6 of them, they got to like have a lot of like we talked about like the cool little moments and gags. I think we got a lot of focus, which is cool. And it seems like we talk about this guy having like a a significant laugh, right? Yeah. I think this guy's going to become more of an important character. It seems like I talked about in Egghead, the pacing of Egghead, every single thing that Oda brought up mattered in the grand scheme of things. Everything was tied back to. So I think this stuff will absolutely matter. But I'm glad like we're getting on with it. You know what I mean? We're not stuck in the same place for this little small. It's too small for our shot. That's the way. That's how I want to say it. Mm-hmm. We need the great big world to explore.
Agreed.
Yeah, I wonder also like how Hadron and the new giant pirates. I wonder are they like? I want to see the social structure of the giants. You know what I mean? Like, do the pirates answer to the king or like the Loki? You know what I mean? Like, are the new giant pirates and giant pirates like at odds? Do they have their own territories? I want to go know what's going on, and for that to happen, I need to see more of Elbaf.
That's true. And
yes, sir.
If you guys want to see more Elbaf, you guys should keep watching and subscribe to us.
Yes, sir.
Because we'll keep going over the manga every week, and then on break weeks we always got more One Piece content. You guys already know.
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty good on anything else. What do you guys? You guys good?
No, I think that's it for now, man.
Well, so I checked VOD Ninja, and of course it's working now.
Of course. I'm glad we got to use these new ones, though.
Yeah, we got to show these off. I'm glad I had the foresight to get these done this week.
Yeah.
For today. So, thank you guys for being here. Thank you too for being here as always. Callie, feel better.
Brother.
Of course.
I like hosting. I feel like I'm getting better at it.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
You are, man. You are.
Thank you. So with that being said, y'all, thank you all for being here. Join us next week for Strawhat Sitdown episode 132. we'll be going over One Piece chapter 1130. So and then I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting a break after that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
most likely.
So, be ready for that. We'll see what the Straw Hats find, as they go through this wall, and we're all excited. And with that being said, thank y'all for being here. Be happy, be healthy, spread peace, love, and just keep doing your best. It's a shitty world out there, but at least we have each other, and we're just trying to make the most of it.
Yes, sir.
With that being said, you all have a great day. Peace.
Peace.
Who gon' get down? We are. This that Straw Hat Sit Down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Straw Hat Sit Down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Straw Hat Sit Down crew in the building. We Corona to these other podcasts. We gon' put these people in their feelings when they hear this, and they know that they can't top this. We spit facts and we poppin'. Every time an episode is dropping, we see D3 in the corner. Mister, that's a real G with the green screen in the background. Got him looking like he in a real scene. We got Big Mod in the cut. Always ready with rebuttals, but he bring the knowledge when we in the huddle, so you know the crew is never gonna fumble. And it's why us, last but not least, if you ask me, then Cali, mad at Captain, make him rally around me. Every Sunday, we gon' run deep, and we can't stop until we find out about that One Piece. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Straw Hat Sit Down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Straw Hat Sit Down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We